Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I don't know what number we're on, but this is the last video covering trucks to show. I think this is the third video, maybe. Anyhow, we're gonna go over some more trucks. It's early in the morning over here. There's not a big crowd yet, so kind of get around, talk, and show you some trucks. Yesterday was crazy wild and super busy. The show was so much fun, but this one's got some pretty awesome rides in it, so stay tuned. This is gonna be a good video. Joe, what is up, bud?
Hey man, what is up?
I'm just gonna, I figure, you know, you're here first thing in the morning cleaning up.
I am here first thing in the morning.
And I've walked around the truck earlier in the video, and then I'm like, well, now we can see the inside.
So you beat me here today?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
In a little bit.
I was an early spring chicken this morning.
Yeah, we slept in a little bit.
Everybody had too much fun last night.
Yeah.
Including myself. So, give me a little rundown. I mean, how long ago was this truck built?
They did this truck around 2009. Chrome Shop Mafia did it just as they were coming off that TV show.
Yep.
They did a few trucks at that time, that Disorderly Conduct.
Yep.
And then they did a brown one for us, and then they did this one.
Yep.
Yeah. So 2009, we took it out on the show scene. It didn't really do any good. So the boys kind of were like, well, hell, you know?
Yep.
And so they put it in a barn, basically 14 years.
Yep.
And then we broke it out for pulling in the pines. It did kind of good there, got
Yep.
some interest. And so they're like, well, maybe we need to take it out. So we just revamped a lot of stuff.
It's worth showing around. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a really cool truck. It's a lot of work for, like I've mentioned in the video, I'm like, this is a really nice truck, but you got to also remember when you're building a really nice truck that's a 359, it wasn't really nice when you started.
No, yeah, that's true. And this one wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
you know, but it was a truck that had all the cool parts. You know, it's got a 3408 V8 CAT in it, 6-4 transmission.
Yep.
So it had all the cool stuff. So it was a pretty good
start to it.
Yeah.
And the engine's all painted to match. It's got air ride. Check out the hood hinges on these. That's pretty cool.
I always thought it was cool on the V8s. So normally you would have one of those outlets coming out of the radiator,
Yep.
and there'd be a plate on the other side, but on the V8 it has two little.
Yeah, it goes on both sides.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always like, what's that other plate for on the other side? But yeah, so that's kind of cool.
And the V8s, man, they sound so cool. They
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, and this one, you know, everybody wants me to crank it up. Oh, I bet it's loud. It's got 10s on it. They're not loud.
They're not loud.
Yeah. If you know, you hear all these guys, oh, I had 10s and I rattled the windows. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because there's just so much.
It's so big going through here.
Yeah.
It doesn't, the exhaust doesn't do anything
No.
back and forth off the pipe, so it gets real quiet.
When we pull the stacks to haul it, it's
Yep.
way louder with that top stack off.
Oh yeah.
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 I love the floor.
Yeah, it's a nice focal point on it. You know, we just redid those, so it had a tribal set of gear shifts in it.
Yeah.
That matched the door handles. So it's kind of the whole tribal theme, but
Yep.
they just didn't work. You know, they were very flimsy. It was really hard to shift. So we changed those out, and we went with the silver because it's kind of hard to match the blue. And
And the blue's one of the toughest colors to match.
Yes.
It really is.
It actually matches the brightest part of that silver. But yeah, we painted those. We just had some guys fab those up for us, and it works way. But I mean, you can really drive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before it was a chore to drive. Yeah. Cool with that 333-inch wheelbase on it.
That was something else I didn't. Two things I realized when we were walking over here that I didn't mention in this video. A, it's 333-inch wheelbase, so it's super long. Yeah. And I forgot to mention about the things up here. The chop top.
Oh yeah, 4 inches out of the top on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's got all the cool stuff. It's, you know, it's kind of hard. Like people are like, we're gonna park you over here. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work.
We were parking trucks. We had a spot for you, and we got it backed in. And me and David were like, well, it sticks out like a country mile from the whole rest of the line. We got to find you a new spot.
Yeah. So we got the JTX wheels.
Yep.
That we made, and then Lacey powder coated them, so all the backs are blue. And the windows, and then on the back set of duals, the whole inside wheel is completely blue. So unfortunately, with all the covers are really cool that it has back there to cover everything.
Yep.
But you can't really see
the wheels.
Yeah, on that, but
and like the wheels look awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
The windows being blue and the big
Yeah.
holes. This is really cool.
It turned out really good. That relationship with Lacey, she does a bunch of stuff for JTX anyway.
Yep.
So that it all just kind of, you know,
Worked out
really good.
So are y'all going to be doing some more to this truck here and there a little bit and taking it some more?
No, we're actually pretty close to done.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, we might add, you know, we got the blue lights at night.
Yeah.
We might tweak those just a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty much where we're going to keep it.
I mean, every square inch of the truck's been touched.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah. And you know, at Mid-America, it got some attention, so it's kind of been in the barn so long, it's cool again.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping.
Yep.
Here today. So
I like it. I like it a lot. They did a great job. It's to think about how long ago this was built, and you can bring it out to a show, and it's still an awesome truck.
It was an awesome, really expensive paint job at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, whether you love or hate the tribal, it's a really good paint job.
It is a good,
And I say it's been in a barn. It was in a nice barn.
It was in a
I
nice
want to
barn.
be clear about that. But it's been in there for 14 years. So for that paint to hold up like that,
Yeah.
it was pretty solid.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna start out with this guy. This truck was I've seen it many times. It is it's pretty awesome. I just want to point out some stuff that I really liked about it that was different. One's this headlight end cap they put on. It's got the little inlays in there. It's pretty cool. This has got a 379 grill, and it's also got the chrome fender braces on it, which is really nice. Bus glass in it's cool. I do like the painted marker lights up there. Paint job on the truck's really good too. The blue's got some flake in it. Yeah, it's not enough sunlight to see it, but it's pretty neat. It's got the door mounted mirrors. Frame's pretty much smoothed completely out. And I like the stainless bar that runs down the frame rail. It looks really good. And you got a whole matching trailer. They've done a lot of pretty cool stuff. A lot of polish work on this. Lots of chrome pieces. These little covers under here are nice. The two-piece rear T-bar deal's cool. The contrast with like the blue to the stainless, pretty sharp. And they matched it up with their eye panel too, same design. Big hole wheels. Bumper lift and back of the bumper and all that stuff's painted the chassis color. They even went as far as to paint the inside of the fenders. Definitely a cool ride. The two greens and gold are kind of a timeless color scheme. It just looks awesome. And then we got this thing. This truck, this is a build this is several years old, but hasn't been out a lot. And Truck Show Joe brought this down. And if y'all watched the light video, this thing's pretty neat. Nobody's really here this morning, so I can't go on the inside of this thing, but the interior of this truck's pretty wild. It's got suicide doors. It's just a cool truck. One of the things I really liked about this truck was coming back here, and they did this this cover for the suspension, and then they've got the cover for your slide. Just cleans up the thing really good. But like the suspension cover that's added to the outside of this frame, it really goes. It fills everything in, and it looks really nice. The paint job on it is pretty impeccable. It's a very nice paint job. And you got to remember, if you're looking at this truck, this is a 359. So to be as nice as this truck is, that's a lot of work to do to a truck as old as it, you know. I guarantee they didn't start out with a perfect truck. Probably needed a lot. And one thing that's really different about it, it's got 10-inch stacks on it. Pretty cool piece. The crowd really likes that truck. It's fun. And if I was ever to buy a pickup, this thing, I mean, seriously, it's got swampers on it. I'd drive it. This is another really awesome looking ride. I'm gonna find the guys with the cab over. I think I'm gonna try to do a whole video just on this truck, what it is all about. For a cab over, this thing sits super low. It's got a tire tucked in the underneath here. I just think that's great. Really neat Kenworth. And then we'll walk around this way. So if you check out this ride for Davis Brothers, I never got to even look at this truck when we were in Louisville, just because we were so busy. And was talking to those guys. I think they're going to bring this truck down to our truck show August 23rd and 24th in Crossville, Tennessee. When we get to, they come down for our show, definitely going to do like a full tour video and get Brian and Kevin to kind of give us the whole rundown on this build. But this truck is super awesome, very unique. The interior in this thing is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, there's pictures and stuff on the internet. Chris Fifey done a whole video. If you follow on YouTube Big Rig Videos, he did a great video kind of highlighting this whole build at Mid-America. But I'm telling you, the interior of that truck is like super impressive. I really like the watermelon lights on the back of the 78. And another big thing too, this door. And it's got one on the other side. So they added both those doors to the sleeper. Not an option you're getting from Peterbilt in a new truck. Pretty cool though. And the fenders have like this quilted kind of look to them. It's hard to see it on camera. The boxes have the same thing over here. You can see it in the box way better, but the fender's actually the same way too. Pretty neat. And they're check out the custom fuel caps. It's got their logo as the pull handle here. It's a pretty neat deal. The trailer carries the theme of the truck. Your landing gear is looks like guitar bases. If you check out the center of the trailer, I don't know how long it took to do that much pinstriping, but pretty neat. And the lights facing up, I imagine look really awesome when you got something on a load at night. If you had as a display thing, if you put a couple of cool pickup trucks or something on this and had the lights on at night, it looked pretty neat. But pretty awesome setup. The stereo in it, because I mean it's Davis Brothers, it's loud. It sounds awesome. Flip the hood up on this truck too. The engine's all done up. I mean, it's from front to back, this is a super nice unit. Back here, it looks like they must have picked them up a new project. This is a pretty cool 359. Flat top stand up. She's got good bones. I mean, this would be when this thing's built, it'll be a pretty killer looking truck. I love the stripes, just being the outline like that on white with this one. This is another truck with a really nice paint job. And if y'all saw the light show video, these two end dumps are lit up like a freaking spaceship. They looked awesome last night at the light show, like pretty cool. I think we were talking with him this morning, and I think he was telling me the trailer's got 200 and something lights on it. Pretty awesome. And this deal, so I don't know, let me walk around the other side here. I don't know the exact details in this, and I want to find the owner and talk to him about it, but it appears that this is a drag racing semi. Is my guess at this point. It's got disc brakes, and all the brakes are juice brakes on it, so there's no air brakes or anything. The suspension setup seems very much like something we're doing for drag racing here. It's got coilovers in the rear. So yeah, at some point I'd like to find these guys and see, get the details on it. Pretty neat. The Western Star's different, pretty neat. The sun's now out. It's gonna get hot. And you got this whole line of combos, and we kind of walked through and showed them a little bit in the previous video. But you know, big crowds, and it's hard to get around and talk and show some details on things. But a couple of these trucks in this lineup, I wanted to show, kind of highlight some stuff that I thought was pretty awesome looking through them. This Kenworth in particular, super nice truck. I haven't talked to the guys with this truck, but I know that they've got a lot of time in the paint work on this, for one. And it's a heavy haul setup on air ride with floats on it. Which is awesome. But if you look at this paint job, we kind of were talking about how it's a no-fill stripes thing. But when you start looking at this truck, paint-wise up really close, all the hucks in this paint job aren't loaded up with a bunch of clear and stuff. They're very nice looking, and there's no visible orange peel or any kind of texture around the rivets. If you look at the truck really close, you can find a few little places, but I mean, that would be just being a nitpicky jerk about it. Overall, this paint job is super flat, and you're doing this, and you're painting this thing, you're painting hucks, you're putting them back in. I mean, this isn't just like a scuff and shoot paint job. This is a huge process to do a paint job like this. That's just nice. It's really nice. A lot of times you'll watch guys, they'll do one of these and where you can't get rivets, you can't sand around the rivets in between here, so you'll have a little orange peel here and then it'll flatten way out. And this truck has a very, very, very minimal amount of that going on. And I just can't explain, like, the labor hours to make that happen is extensive. T-bars on this thing it's hard to really make a heavy haul truck a really clean look. It takes a lot more effort. Your brackets for all your suspension and everything else, they're a lot bigger, they're more cumbersome, and trying to make a heavy haul look really nice definitely takes some extra effort. But this is a really nice truck. I wish I knew more about Kenworths, because I'm sure I'm like looking at stuff and I don't even know is like maybe really tricked out. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, but I don't know a ton about Kenworths, so I can't really talk about it like some kind of an expert. I don't know. I'm not really an expert about anything, but I can tell you that's a cool truck. Same with this one. I always like red, matching reefer and stuff's cool. And we'll walk down this way. There's one other one I want to show you guys that's really cool. And I'm hoping later in this video we'll catch up with a few people and I'll show you guys some interiors on these trucks once everybody gets in. I would really like to be able to highlight a couple interiors down here that I really liked. One of them being this truck we're fixing to walk up to. So this one's a brand new unit, bus class in it. Lots of old school touches that are really cool. The pinstripe work on this truck's pretty phenomenal. A lot of little things that are different. One thing I really liked was the stainless line right here for his wires for his light. It looks really good. I also like the Merit deck plate with the polished rails. Painted center's really nice looking. And again, like, the pinstripe work is very intricate. Another cool thing, def tank's hidden back here. So it's down in there. And then this box opens up and that's your fill for it. So that's pretty cool. fuel tanks are flipped with the boat. I call them boat filler caps. I don't think it's really a boat filler cap, but pretty neat. And then his cabin sleeper panels, we got a bead roll in them. So just a really cool truck. And then you go down this line here. And just a ton of nice trucks. So another thing, I like this truck here. I really like this truck. It's got some miles on it. It's been down the road. You can kind of like the sort of patina look going on with the hood here, and just obviously it's a working truck and it's a work in progress. We're kind of making it, but sometimes I think the patina and the filling in things here and there, and just it's pretty neat. Gives the truck a lot of attitude. I kind of like it. You know, at one point this thing had that big chrome piece that comes back at a point. You can kind of tell how the paint's different and stuff, and they've put a newer emblem in it, and took some things off and changed the visor, and just kind of the paint's like it is right now. And this truck looked really cool, the paint job, but I think personally it's pretty neat. Just it's kind of like it's like an old hot rod. I don't know, I like it. Well, hey there.
Well, hi. I was trying to get out of your way.
It's too late. Done caught you. And so I was talking earlier. This is Chris Fifey with Big Rig Videos. And he's got some videos out on that Davis Brothers truck and several other trucks that are here. So if you look it up on YouTube, Big Rig Videos, there's some really cool in-depth videos of trucks that are here, and they're pretty neat to watch. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Kind of walked around this morning and was able to show you guys some more trucks here at 75 Chrome. The show's been awesome. We've been having a great time, and love coming to the show every single year. Get some sun, you know, Florida sun, getting my vitamin D in. But I don't know what to say. If you ever want to come to a fun show, definitely mark this one on your calendar. Bring your truck, come out to it next year. It is one of the most fun shows of the year. There's only a handful that I say that about. This is one of them. And then Nacogdoches, and of course our truck show. Come to our truck show too. But hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Semi Casual Show, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.